Welcome to the channel. This is Ash, and you are on the Mod Garage YouTube channel. This is my 1986 GMC Sierra, and this is the 5.3 that is going inside that hood right there. Plenty of room. Got a couple things going here. It's kind of a slow process, but we're slowly but surely making some progress. One of the things we are working at is heads. I was debating whether or not to do the valve springs myself. I made this little tool and I got started with that, but I didn't finish it. But I think I want to send these heads away and get them checked for straightness, get the valves taken out, get them cleaned. Just make sure, have somebody go over them. I'm not sure where I'm going to take them yet. I've got a few people I can call. We did get lifter trays, which I got those in already. These little plastic lifter trays there to hold the lifter and guide it going up and down. They were just a little cheesy, but looks like they're going to do the job. I actually did bolt a head on, partly. I used 4 bolts, 4 head bolts and a gasket. I actually had 2 sets of gaskets. I got my full gasket set here from Big 3. Now, they did have gaskets in here, head gaskets, and they were 3-layer, which I guess that's considered a multi-layer, and I wanted more layers than that, so I ordered, I'm not sure if they're LS9 or not, but they're 4-layer. They were called multi-layer. I thought I was getting more layers than that, but I think they're going to be fine. They're from ProComp. They're ProComp gaskets, so I think that's going to work out pretty good. So what I did is I took these gaskets that I'm not going to use and bolted a head down just to make sure the valve clearance. Turn it over a couple times, and everything seems to clear. So I think we're okay there. I want to double check my measurements on push rods. I'm going to have to go with probably billet push rods, something a little stronger than these here. Also putting better valve springs on. I didn't decide yet if I'm going double or staying with single, but I believe it's going to need fresh springs. Another thing I've been working on is this oil pan. And I couldn't decide where I want my oil drain to be. I did think about putting the oil drain for the turbo one of those divots there, but that happens to be where the oil pump bolts are, and so there's a bolt right inside of there, so it's actually kind of covered up, and there's actually a bolt hole right here too, so there's not much room to get, and I was fighting this bottom pulley so for clearances. So what I decided, I got to looking at the oil pan and looking at the side of it and the front, and I decided to go in the front with my oil drain, and this actually held out really nice. This is not actually welded in yet. I just drilled the hole and tapped it in there, but I'm going to have my TIG welder do that. I don't know how to TIG real well, but I have a guy that knows how to do it. So he's going to do that for me. I'm going to, this thing is nicely cleaned up. I think we're going to have plenty of clearance behind that fitting for oil to drain away very efficiently, so that's cool. I got that fitting from McMaster Car. They shipped it right to my door. Great company if you want to get weld-in fittings like that. They work out really well. Trying to think what else is new on here. Oh, I did bolt the windage tray on, and also the oil pickup tube, and that's got a fresh O-ring on it. Another thing I was doing here, had the truck in the shop, and I was looking at drive shaft. And these drive shafts are 2-piece on these trucks, and they measure from yoke to yoke 81 inches. I'm not sure yet. There's a couple things I got to iron out. I got to decide. I'm definitely going a single-piece drive shaft, but I want to check to make sure that's even possible, and if it's too long, we're going to probably have to go with a carbon fiber drive shaft because of the power that we're trying to achieve here. So That being said, this is coming along actually better than I thought. I mean, it's slow, but we're getting plenty of footage, content that I can upload to you guys. Well, that chair doesn't work out too great. What in the world? Screw that. The chair has a busted wheel. It doesn't work. So I guess we'll get this bent up one. Oop. It's my toolbox. Alright, so what we got going tonight is this truck sits kind of high. So I was hoping to maybe drop a thing down just a little bit to level it up. It's sitting higher in the back than at the front. So it is very cruddy. And I got some rust going on here. Anyway, what we have in here, I did those drop shackles a couple years ago, and it definitely helped, but I would like to get it just a little bit further. So what I have in mind is to take those leaf springs, the bottom one there that has the gap there, and just take that one out. It will, I think it will definitely help the ride, and it will lower the truck just a little bit. I'm not sure how much I want to go. I definitely sometime want to do an axle flip kit, but I guess at this point I'm not quite ready. If I do the flip kit, I'm definitely gonna have to do something with the front to get it down lower to match. So I'm not quite ready for that. So first things first, we gotta take this wheel off, both sides. I'm gonna do one side at a time. I got it jacked up here and on the stands nice and sturdy, so I'm not too worried about it coming down. So yeah, let's jump into this and see what we can do. Wow, we are making incredible progress. Get this thing unplugged here. What a noisy fitting. This thing came right out. I couldn't believe. I thought I was never going to be able to get those U-bolts off. But they actually, after some convincing and penetrating oil, they came right out. I think I ruined my Ingersoll Rand impact, but I don't know, maybe it was because there was too much water coming through the hose. My air system in the shop's not that great. But I went and ground this bolt off that holds the leaf springs together, and it popped. And the whole thing exploded. I mean, it didn't go anywhere, but yeah. So now that thing that's the spring I wanted out. But I'm actually thinking about taking that third one out. So I gotta loosen that little clamp to let that one out of there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take two out. Take two out and leave three in there. And if I have to, I'm not sure if there's enough of threads on there to take up that distance. There might be. Might have to put some extra washers on there. I'm not sure to take up the thickness. But that definitely is going to bring the axle up higher, which means lower. So, wow. Not as bad as I thought. So, this is the one side. So, I'm going to get this side completely finished before we move to the other side. I got these springs out, both sides. Didn't actually take that much time. I was surprised. There's those. So we got 3 springs left in there, and they're pretty squishy, so I'm not sure what this is going to do, but let's see if we can jack this up, get it off the jack stand, and see how far up she goes. It's creaking. I mean, the springs are settling in. It is going to definitely be lower, I'm pretty sure. They're squishing pretty good. All right, she's off the jack stands. Might be able to tell. Ooh, yeah, it's a little lower. Yeah, it's a little lower. Let's get these out. I think it's gonna be pretty squishy, but I'm glad I went with 2. I think it's gonna be better. I'm kind of an overdone individual. I don't like stuff done halfway. So when I gotta do something, it's all the way done. All right, here we go. ease her down. It's definitely lower. A little lower. It's more level. That's nice. Now the front needs to go down. Keep going lower and lower, man. I really do like the leveling setup here. It does bring the back end down, definitely. By taking those two leaf springs out, it definitely lowers the rear and definitely makes it a lot more level. Still pointed up just a little bit, but you know what? If I throw anything in the back, we're going to need a little bit of flex. So it needs to flex a little bit. The only way I'll bring the back down is if I bring the front down anymore. So we'll wait till we get the engine put in, the new engine, and see if that's going to be any heavier. It might be just a little bit heavier. I'm not sure with the turbo and the intercooler and the piping and all that. So definitely pleased with the turnout. I did take it on a test drive, and it drives a lot smoother and it's a lot more forgiving. So I was definitely excited about that. So yes, we do have a problem. We got one reverse light bulb that works and one that don't. So we're going to fix that here. I didn't know this reverse light was out until I uploaded my first video with this project. I was backing into the shop with my engine on the on the back of my 5.3, and I was like, what? The reverse light bulb's out. Can't have that. And they're actually the right ones. These are LED. So they're going to be brighter, and they're going to be lighter and flashier. I like flashier things. All right. Everything else looks okay. I'd love to put LED inserts in there. See if it's any brighter. That's cool. Oh, it is brighter. Yeah, it's brighter. I like that color though. Cool. Hey, they both work. LED reverse lights. Well, that ends the video off for tonight. I think it would be really cool to get this project to pay for itself somehow, if it could. So if you are not a subscriber, please subscribe to this channel and you will get uploads hopefully every week. If you like the content, please hit the like button. That means so much. Comment and ask me questions. I'll be sure to answer your questions if you have questions. Subscribe to the channel and like the video, and we will see you in the next upload. Have a great night.